Welcome back to the third annual Ghouls and Goblins event here on the channel. My name is Joel. Consider subscribing if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up. Today on the channel we're going to be discussing a little indie horror remake from the early 2000s, and that is 13 Ghosts. Now, if you heard of this one, it's a long forgotten remake that was pretty much at the beginning of that huge wave of remakes. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but this is going to be a review that's, you know, part against this film, part supporting it. And I got a physical copy here I found at my local Goodwill. Now, if it's been some time since you've seen this one or haven't seen it at all, let me just give you a brief rundown what the movie's about. In 13 Ghosts, when wealthy collector Cyrus dies, his family, led by Arthur and his children, Kathy and Bobby, inherits his unique glass house, which serves as a prison for 12 violent ghosts. Yeah, this movie tries its hardest to really win the audience over, and I think it succeeds in one aspect. The ghosts terrifying our characters on screen, and other than that, it falls short of memorable. So let's talk about the cast a little bit. We have Tony Shalhoub here. He went on to do a huge show called Monk. We also have Shannon Elizabeth, who plays his daughter in the movie, and well, she's like this film. It's not really memorable. We also have a little boy. He's, of course, early 2000s horror movies have to have some, kid and innocence thrown into the mix here. But the big standout is Matthew Lillard. He's pretty much, forced to go along this ghost expedition, this ghost hunting mission. He's interesting because he has this telekinetic psychic power that enables him to figure out where exactly are these apparitions hiding at. This is the first act, and what's happening is there is a sinister plot unfolding, and Matthew Lillard, he's caught in the middle of all this, and you feel for the guy. This is the one character you actually care for. We're introduced to a family. We're kind of stuck with them for the remainder of the movie. We come to find out that Cyrus, who I just mentioned, he died, and he left this family his house. Now, once they step foot into this house, it is this maze. This house is so odd, but yet so unique. It's also a character that I really enjoy. It is a glass house. Everything within the walls of this house is see-through glass. Second and third act is where this family and the characters, and the ghosts collide. The one thing that pulls you in are the ghosts. I think my favorite would have to be the jackal. We also have a naked woman. I think she's a princess, and of course she's an apparition. She has a knife. Now going back to Shannon Elizabeth, who is the daughter, she has nothing to do for the majority of this movie except, take care of her little brother who runs off and he gets lost. He's on his scooter running around, blah, blah, blah. There is one scene that the movie just wastes so much time doing. This family is exploring this glass house, and Shannon Elizabeth finds her room. She decides this room is going to be mine once we move in. There's a bathroom, and she's just, in La La Land with this big old grin, the smile on her face. There's a ridiculous scene where she steps into the bathroom. She turns on the water and she splashes her face. Why do we spend so much time, so much effort in Shannon Elizabeth washing her face? Like I said, the terror ramps up. We're back with Matthew Lillard. He's stuck in this glass house as well. He reveals to himself that, hey, I was a part of this operation. There are several ghosts locked within this glass house, and you have to get your family out now. Tony Shalhoub really amps up to the tension, and he's in panic mode. He wants his family out as soon as possible. The director of this movie, Steve Beck, the following year after this, he went on to direct a little movie that totally bombed, wasn't enjoyable, Ghost Ship. And from there, he's just disappeared off the map. But back to 13 Ghosts. This is actually a remake from a 1960 film. It's the same premise, but that one was in black and white. Like I said, this movie has ghosts, and they're so unique looking. They're so terrifying at times, and the performances here are top notch, I think, especially from Tony Shalhoub and Matthew Lillard. Those are the two that carry this movie on their backs pretty much. And spoilers, we find out that Cyrus faked his own death. He is within this glass house himself. He is pretty much trying to open a portal to hell. The 13th ghost is interesting because Tony Shalhoub's in the movie, his wife died tragically, and she is the remaining ghost. I think it's a very interesting plot, but a lot of this movie is just filler. I think, you know, the first and second acts, like I said, I think this movie, you know, it should have been a cult classic. It should have been a smash hit. But looking back, you know, some of the decisions made in this movie aren't that special. But like I said, Matthew Lillard, you know, he's big now, like he was in Scream. Check this one out. I think it's streaming on, you know, somewhere. It's got to be streaming somewhere, guys. Well, that is my review of 13 Ghosts. Have you seen this film? How long has it been? What are you guys watching these days? Let me know in those comments below. Some surprise content on the way. Stay tuned for more. Again, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.